Hi, welcome to my channel, Imperfect Woman of God. I am unworthy. I'm not a Muslim. I am not pro-black. I'm just a woman of God. Today I'm going to talk about forgiving sinners that have done wrong to you. Because I feel like in these days, a lot of people tend to hold a lot of baggage and seeds that the devil has planted in you due to someone doing something wrong to you, and you're not forgiving them, and you're not growing, and you become a damaged individual because you allow that person to hurt you. You allow that person to mold you and make you into a bitter person. You know, you're not forgiving. You're just walking around with that on your shoulders. You know, just like the Bill Cosby victims, the ones that, as I see, still hasn't forgave Bill Cosby for what he has done because they felt the need to come for him. You know, they felt the need to speak up. If they really forgave that man, they would have had no reason to do what they did. They didn't forgive that man. They decided to let that seed still stay in them because everybody has seeds in them due to bad things happening to them. You know, and a lot of people don't know that. Well, look at my Bible. I'm trying to go find the scripture. Wait a minute, I think I've seen it somewhere. Oh, yeah. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 5 through 11. I guess I'll just read the whole thing. It makes no sense. Well, I'm going to read the scripture first, and I'm going to read my summary. As if I wrap it up to where, you know, it's more understandable and people don't just be like, what? Because, you know, you go to church and the pastor, you know, says their scriptures, and then you kind of just be like, I don't know what he's talking about. You know, so it makes sense. So I'm going to read chapter 2, verse 5 through 11. Yeah. Forgive the sinner. That's where it literally says that. You probably can't see it on here, but it literally says that, forgive the sinner. Now, if anyone has caused you pain, he has caused it not to me, but in some measure, not to put it too severely to all of you. For such one, this punishment by majority is enough. So you should rather turn to forgive and comfort him, or he may be overwhelmed by excessive sorrow. So I beg to you to reaffirm your love for him, for this is why I wrote, that I might test you and know whether you are obedient in everything. Anyone whom you forgive, I also forgive. Indeed, what I have forgiven. If I have forgiven anything, has given for you sake in presence of Christ, so that we should be outwitted by the Satan, for we are not ignorant of his designs. So basically God said, if you forgive someone, he'll forgive that person also. He'll forgive that person also. Which is cool. Oops, let me see. I think I lost it that fast. How did it, you know? Oh, I'm in Galatians. See, these books are so close to each other. So, okay, I'm sure y'all are like, what? But yeah, I'm trying to make sure I keep it on there. But yeah, I'm going to read my little summary. That's what pretty much God is saying in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5 through 11, to forgive others. And don't let the devil, wish what the devil has designed to destroy you. Don't let that person that the devil has crossed paths in your life and has done something wrong to you and has caused pain, you know, affect you in that way to where you don't forgive. Because that's a way of God testing you also to see if you are a woman and man of God. If you rather just forgive and turn the other cheek, or would you feel like as if you have to have an eye for an eye? Like, do you feel as if you have to go for that person, or you got to come at that person for doing something wrong to you? You know, because I feel like people these days in the need of wanting to get back at someone for doing something wrong to them and not letting God handle it. They put it in their own hands and they let these lawyers do whatever they want to. But then does that really solve anything? Because it just comes off like as if you still haven't forgave that person for what they have done to you. You know, and I keep saying that all the time. So I feel like when I came across this, it came on the right time. Because the Bill Cosby woman, they have not forgiven that man. Because if they had, they wouldn't have had the need to go after him. It would have been no need. It would have been no need to even speak up. Because you would have been whole. You would have forgave. You would have been kind. You would have not allowed what the devil has crossed you and what the devil has done to you to affect you in that way. It's okay to feel and have emotions and be angry, but don't take it to the point where you feel as if you have to get back at someone for doing wrong to you. because that's not godly, and it just comes off very bitter. And you're not going to heal like that. It's no way you're going to heal after doing something like that, after getting back at somebody. Like, does that make you feel better about yourself? Because now you're becoming the wicked one. And now you're becoming who that person is, and you don't want to become that person, you know. And of course, people are going to be like, oh, well, somebody raped you or whatever. Like, we should tell, right? Yes, of course. But then after you, I mean, yes, of course you should tell. But then after that, don't sit there and let that situation define who you are. Like, so serious. Don't let that person, you know, ruin you and make you into this wicked individual, if that makes sense. You know? Because in this world, we're going to suffer. And a lot of people don't talk about this. And I'll be talking about this also in my next video, that it says in the Bible that we will suffer on earth. And for you to think that it's going to be easy out here, when the devil out here having a good old time, you a fool, okay? You think you finna just walk around here and not be touched? Like, don't fool yourself, people, okay? I'm just letting you know. Don't fool yourself, okay? Because I feel like we need more people out here to just be real with people. Don't fool yourself thinking that you finna be out here just peaches and cream and ain't nothing bad gonna happen. Bad stuff had happened to me also, and that sometimes people, I'm just warning you also, when something bad happens to you and you get that pain and those emotions come in, don't sit there and stay in that place too long. Like, you got to learn how to grow the hell up and grow and become a better individual. Do not stay in that place too long, because that's the way of the devil deceiving you, and in a way feel as if he has won. But again, God always has other plans. He doesn't know that God is right there, you know, finna play chess, and it's not going to be pretty, and he going to lose, of course. But then sometimes people don't go to God at all because they have lost faith due to the bad thing that has happened to them. They let that define who they are, and they let that eat at them, and they lose faith in God. And then again, that's the devil winning, because you allow him to win, because you let that thing that happened in your life ruin you as a person. And you shouldn't let that happen, honestly. And that's speaking from a person that's been through some crap. So it's like we all going through our own demons, and I guess you would say bad things that's happening or coming our way. And it's a way you handle things. That's what basically I'm trying to say. Handle things in a godly way. Even though I know you're pissed and you want to go crazy and you want to react in an ungodly way, handle things in a godly way, even though the devil wants you, you know, to act a dang fool. Okay? I feel like the forgiveness and love does conquer all. It really does. That's just point period blank, you know. And God by your side, of course, will help you conquer those things, because there's no way you can do something by yourself. Especially when you feel weak, or something has happened to you to the point where you feel physically, mentally weak. You know, that's when you call on to God to give you that strength, and he'll be strong when you're weak to carry you and push you through it. And then by the time you get through it, you be like, oh wow, I am what? You be shocked yourself, like, how did I make it through this? I don't understand. I'm sure a lot of people have been through hell and hot water and are very shocked they have gotten through the stuff they've gotten through. Probably was homeless to the point where they actually got a house to live in. Like, it's amazing how life works. Like people say, I do believe that saying, bad things do not last. It really doesn't. If you just have a positive outlook on it and push through, you ain't gonna be in that same place no more. Some people want to stay in that place, and they be balled up with all that emotion and angry and being angry and hatred, and they're not slowing down, breathing, and thinking clearly about the situation as to why it happened. And not to hate that person. When somebody does you wrong, do not hate that person. That person is being used by the devil. That person is broken, you know. That person has a whole lot of growing to do, because clearly they've been used up by the devil. The devil's having a good time with them, you know. And that's all I have to say. Forgive, you know. I know it's hard, and at that moment when you go through that situation, you don't want to forgive, and it's okay. I understand. You're not going to want to forgive at that moment. You know, you mad like a mug. You either mad, depressed, or angry. You something in between that, and you're not thinking clearly. But when you get to your senses, of course, learn how to forgive. It's like stages you got to go through to get to that point. And once you get there, you be good, you be chill. But don't let that seed get planted in you, and then you take it with you for 20, 30 years. And this is what bothers me with some people. You take it with you for 20 or 30 years, and you hold it on to this one thing that somebody has done to you. And then you want to go in the world with that seed planted in you, and you want to lash out on people that have come your way that might be good people, but you lashing out on them because you allowed the devil to use you. That was unnecessary. Okay? I see a lot of hurt people out here that got seeds planted in them, and they want to come to work, and they want to come at people all kind of ways because of what happened to you. Are you serious? You let the devil play you like that? Like, what? I'll be shocked. I'll just be like, you see, you sat there and let the devil do you like that. You know, and most of the time it's always relationships or people choosing bad people in their life. A lot of things happen due to our poor decisions, honestly, because we sit there and choose these crappy people in our lives, and we know they crappy, and we still keep having these crappy people in our life. When you become a better human being, a man and woman of God, you ain't gonna want those type of people in your life. You're gonna be like, bye-bye, I ain't got time for you, because you're not coming over here with this, you know? And I'm gonna forgive because I'm a better person, and I'm not finna let you, what you done to me, physically or any harm, define who I am. I'm not finna do that. Because I already told myself a long time ago, when I was getting bullied, I was like, I'm not finna let these people sit here and define who I am and say I'm ugly because I don't look the way they feel as if pretty is, when everybody's pretty, right? So it's like at some point, it takes years. This ain't no easy type of, ooh, this is easy. Ooh, no, it's not. It takes some time. Some people, it takes some time because some people are just freaking stubborn. You know, you're just stubborn and you want to just whatever. You know, you want to walk around bitter and being nasty, you know. And God don't like ugly. Then that's the truth. Like, come on now. You walking around being nasty? Just because somebody did something to you, you know, or you might get a good man in your life and you pushing him because of something that happened to you that's bad. And you got that seed planted in you. Like, it's good people out here, people. I have to keep telling people that all the time. It's so sad I have to keep telling people that. It is good people out here. And for you to really think that it is no good people out here, something is wrong with you. You need to get it together mentally and get it right. Because for you to sit there and look in that mirror and say, ain't no good people on this earth, you're deceiving yourself already. Like, so serious. I met so many good people on earth, man. Like, people don't understand. It's some good people on earth. If you just open up and act like you got some sense, okay? If you treat people right the way you want to be treated, you know? If you don't lash out when somebody does something wrong to you because you haven't forgiven them for what they have done, and realize that person is human. You don't got to be friends with them no more, but just say, hey, I forgive you, but we can't be friends. Keep it pushing. It shouldn't even have to be like that. And trust me, some people do harm and they really feel bad about it and they won't do it again because they know they've crossed you. So it just depends on the situation also. Just people, you have to learn how to forgive and stop walking around with these seeds planted in you acting a fool. Like, it's crazy. I'm young saying this. I see 30, 40-year-olds walking around like that. Like, they be old and they be acting up. I'm like, why you got this seed planted in you acting like that? I don't understand what did life do to you so wrong that you acting like that? I know life sucks. Dang it. I lived the life. It's not freaking easy, you know. There's people out here that are mean and they're wicked and they trying to destroy you and knock you down because, again, they had something bad happen to them and they want to come at you crazy. They want to rape you or kill you because what the hell happened in their life? They let that seed plant in them and it grew and all hell got loose. And that's what happens. It is what it is with life, man. Some people can't handle all of that and they go freaking crazy. Like, it is what it is with that, honestly. It's like, ugh. It's really, what they call it, black and white. There's really no in between here, you know? And it is what it is. And if most people that have done harm to you, you will actually be shocked that that person is not the same person anymore because that person has changed. And that seed that was in them is gone. They're not the person anymore. And then people want to get mad that the person that did wrong to them are actually good people now. Now you mad at them because you still mad because you got a seed planted in you. You want to be nasty and walk around with your little nasty ways. You know, you will reap what you sow. So you sitting there throwing all this negative energy and negative ways out here and think it ain't going to come back and smack you upside your head. You finna learn today, okay? You not finna keep acting up. Shoot, I'm not God, but that's just common sense, people. God be testing you and you failing the test because you think it's cute what you doing. But God, he did this to me, so I can be angry. and I can act like a fool and I can't forgive him because he did this. Well, who gives you the right to not forgive someone? God gives you mercy, and you sin every day. You sin every freaking day, and you don't see God acting like that. Like, think like you got some sense or not all. That's just how I feel these days, because it's like, come on. It will take time. It's not going to be easy, but you're not finna sit here and keep acting crazy and blaming the world when one person did one thing to you, but you holding on to it for dear life. And the craziest thing, like I tell people, these people that do wrong to you move on with their life. If you haven't noticed, Bill Cosby, trifling little butt, yes, he was doing wrong. But guess what happened? He got married, had some kids, and acted like he got sense. Okay? That's what happens. People grow. They stop doing crappy stuff, okay? Because they know it's wrong. But people still holding whatever they did, he did. They holding it against him because they haven't forgave that man for doing what he has done. Again, people feel like they have the right to sit here and not forgive someone because they've done them wrong. You don't have the right, honey, okay? Because we all sinners, so you won't have no right, okay? So what you're going to do is forgive or not at all. And it's your choice. So don't get mad when God gets you with the Lord split you, like they said, they're saying. So don't play. Don't get mad. That's all I'm saying. This is a warning. Do not get mad when bad stuff happens because you want to walk around acting crazy. Because you letting the devil deceive you and God trying to get your attention, but you want to be nasty for no reason. Then people want to get mad when other victims, like things like a victim or a mother child got shot, and they want to get mad that the mother hugs the victim and forgives the victim. Like, are you freaking, y'all get mad because they want to forgive? Y'all get mad because they saying they want to give it to God? Like, you mad for it? Like, you want them to get at them? No, get at them. They did it. Like, what does that do for you? An eye for an eye is wicked. That's evil. You're trying to get back at somebody. They ain't going to do nothing for you except, what they call it, feed your flesh. That's all it's doing. So you want to sit there and try to get back at whoever did you wrong. You going to learn today. That's all I got to say. Have a blessed day.